As you model HVAC airside systems, you will likely need to add duct accessories, such as fire dampers, control dampers, sound attenuators, filters, and so on. You can model these components in Revit. On the Systems ribbon, in the HVAC panel, select Duct Accessory. The ribbon changes to the Modify Place Duct Accessory contextual ribbon. In the Type selector, you can see all of the duct accessories that have been loaded into the current project. At the moment, there is only a fire damper available in this project. In the Options bar, the only option is to rotate after placement. You will typically not use rotate after placement with duct accessories because they are hosted in a duct. Therefore, their orientation is controlled by the duct. I'll zoom into the southeast portion of the building to the system being served by water source heat pump 2-1. Let's say these two walls that the duct passes through are fire rated, so we need to add a fire damper in the duct at those locations. Moving into the drawing area, you can see the fire damper attached to my cursor. To place the duct accessory, I can simply click. When I do, the duct accessory is placed at the level and offset as specified in the Properties palette. But a fire damper on the floor is not what I wanted. I'll click Undo in the Quick Access toolbar. Notice that when I move over a duct, that element highlights. Now when I click to place the duct accessory, it is placed in the duct. I'll click to place another fire damper in the other wall and then click Modify to end the command. As you can see, the fire dampers have also updated to match the size of the duct in which they were placed. I'll select one of the fire dampers. Looking in the Properties palette, I can see that the offset matches that of the duct. Additionally, the duct accessory was added to the same duct system. The fact that the accessory took on the parameters of the duct, such as size, offset, and system, is very helpful. Also in the Properties palette, under the Mechanical section, you can specify a pressure drop and choose a loss method. By default, the duct accessory is set to Coefficient from Table, which pulls the loss coefficient from the ASHRAE duct fitting database. In the parameter above, you can see the specific ASHRAE table that this parameter is referencing. If you do not want to use the ASHRAE duct fitting database, you can expand the drop-down in the loss method field and select Not Defined, Coefficient, or Specific Loss. If you choose Coefficient, you can specify the loss coefficient manually. I will change this back to Coefficient from Table. Realize that you can also change the ASHRAE table if you wish. To deselect the duct accessory, simply click in a blank area of the drawing window. I'll activate the duct accessory tool again. If you do not see the duct accessory you want to place in the type selector, you can load additional duct accessory families from the Revit Family Library, or your own custom family library. In the Mode panel of the contextual ribbon, click Load Family. Revit displays the Load Family dialog. You can then navigate to your custom family library, or open Duct, Accessories, and then either Dampers or Filters to see families organized into those folders. I'll open Dampers. As you can see, there are balancing dampers, control dampers, and other fire dampers available here. Realize that you can select a family in the list to see a preview of the family. I'll move back to the last folder and then open Filters. Here, there are various filter families that you can add to your airside system. For example, I'll select Filter-Cartridge, or im_filter-cartridge in the metric file, and then click Open. When I do, the family is loaded into the project. Looking in the Type selector, you can see that there are several types that were loaded with this filter family. I'll click Modify as I do not need an external filter for this system. Once you have duct accessories in your system, you probably want to indicate them in some way. There is not a standard duct accessory tag in Revit, so you can modify another tag to become a duct accessory tag. Another option is to use an element keynote. For example, I'll select one of the fire dampers and then click Edit Type in the Properties palette. In the Type Properties dialog, under Identity Data, there is a keynote parameter. When you click in this field, there's a button that appears. You could click this if you wanted to reference a keynote that you had defined in an external text file. But for the fire damper, I'll simply type FD to indicate fire damper and then click OK. Next, on the Annotate ribbon, in the Tag panel, expand the Keynote Split button and choose Element Keynote. Revit displays a dialog stating that a Keynote tag family is not loaded and asks if I want to load one now. I'll click Yes. In the Load Family dialog, open Annotations and then select Keynote Tag. With the family selected, click Open to load the family into the project. In the Type selector, I'll select the Keynote Number type. Then I'll clear the leader checkbox in the options bar. Next, I'll zoom in and select the fire damper. When I do, an FD tag is placed right on top of the fire damper. However, there is a move grip on the tag and I can move it to the appropriate location. I'll do the same for the other fire damper. As you can see, this is a quick method to tag duct accessories.